It's like Mother Nature really doesn't want us to leave Eleuthera today. It's already 10 o'clock. A huge squall has come over, so we anchored in the hopes it would pass, but it's still here and time is ticking away. We have 50 nautical miles to sail today. Everything's trying to keep us here in Eleuthera, but we have to go because we're trying to get this boat, La Vagabond II, up north to Annapolis to get her all jazzed up, ready for charter. And we're kind of running out of time. So yeah, we just sat out that storm, but it looks like there's more. We've just looked on the radar. We're going. We gotta go. So before we can actually hoist the sails, we have to get out between some reef. We wanted to take a path we hadn't travelled yet between two reefs, but because of the visibility and the wind, it's going to be really hard to spot that coral, and we don't want to risk it. So we're just going to take a longer track that we've been through before. And then, yeah, we're going to hoist the sails once we get out here. And this was actually the last day of wind, which is another reason why we had to leave today. And we're just keen to go. We're looking forward to filming this episode for you guys. We actually have some funny, maybe a little bit inappropriate, some things you don't know about us that we're going to tell you throughout the day. Lenny.
Yeah, okay.
What you doing?
So, I'm driving the boat with Dada. I'm helping you drive the boat.
Oh, thank you.
Because there's a big storm called a tornado.
What?
The storm is called a tornado.
You mean tornado?
Yeah.
Before Riley gets into some deeper, meaningful, even abstract things you don't know about us, number one is going to come from me. Riley and I are doing couples therapy. We once met a guy on a beach in Antigua who was a couples therapist and a fan of the show, who thought we should be giving out relationship advice. Unfortunately, we struggle just as much as everyone else. And that guy we met said that given the boat, the kids, the confined space, and working full time together, our relationship would be what he would put into the really, really difficult category, which made us feel a little bit better.
All of the things that I love, my children, life partner, and my home, are attached to what would be described geometrically roughly as oblong torus pieces of 3/8 G4 high test chain, which are in turn connected to a swivel, which is connected to an anchor. These pieces of equipment are expected to, and frequently do, withstand the forces of 40, 50 knots more of windage pushing on our vessel and the accompanying waves. If we drag or the anchor dislodges, we will likely end up on the rocks. That is my entire life connected to a chain, which saves our lives every single night. It is completely insane when you think about it.
But we don't have droplets.
We
Do
don't have,
we?
don't have what?
We don't have droplets.
Droplets?
Yeah, droplets.
Not yet, no. Not rain yet.
What's on your mat, lady?
A storm coming on the way. You see the rain cloud? That rain cloud is gonna make heavy rain down to make heavy rains down on the Vagabond.
Okay, so what's the decision?
Well, this is completely unforecast. We've got 20 knots on the nose, so we would need to be tacking up into it. It's supposed to be, we've got 20 knots from here, we're supposed to have 15 knots from here. I got stung by a bee yesterday, so I can't actually pull any ropes. So we're gonna turn around and have a go another day. Poor old Ellie won't know what's going on.
Ellie, we're turning around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was getting a bit intense, but I've never done this before. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just unforecast and it's coming from the direction we want to go. So we
Right.
couldn't get there, like it would take us all night.
Okay.
And Riley can't pull any ropes.
Yeah,
with
it's
his
not
hand.
good timing. Okay, so back to where we were.
Back to where we were.
All right.
Mama.
What's that?
I just say I want to talk to my friend.
I know, but we had to turn around, Lenny. The weather was so bad. So there's not a breath of wind today. It really is a shame that yesterday ended up like it did. That's the problem with the localized storm systems. You just can't really see them. So yeah, yesterday didn't pan out how we hoped, but that's okay. We have a calm day where we're all stinking hot on board and we're not sailing.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I think I'm just gonna stay here all day. This is the coolest place on the boat right now. It's a little bit of a breeze, and if I just keep wetting myself, I want to stay cool. Oh, that's so good. How are you liking the new beanbag?
I actually love it.
We found this floating the other day.
This one's not. The other one was full of water. It was waterlogged, so it was heavy.
Oh.
So this one here is very light, which I enjoy.
Tell everyone where we found it.
Floating in the ocean. Well, it's really weird that it's not waterlogged. Obviously, it fell off someone's boat, and we found it rather quickly.
Unsure about the colours, but
I don't
that's
think
okay.
the colours match what we're trying to do on this boat here.
No, neither of our personalities either. Baby pink.
So yeah, we're out here on a very flat ocean. It's unfortunate that we're motoring, but I do like to appreciate the ocean in all of its forms. And when it's flat and calm like this and where we have to motor, that used to really make me extremely frustrated. I've come to terms with it, and yeah, the ocean looks beautiful when it's nice and flat.
Yeah. Okay, we are in between two islands. There's no land for 6 hours motoring we've just done. And we still have internet. Oh, I can't wait for Starlink. It's going to be even better. Now you can get Starlink for moving objects. We're so excited.
There is about 3/4 of an inch of solid monolithic laminate, which is to say fiberglass, creating a barrier between us and the ocean. Layer upon layer of fiberglass is laid down, which is then vacuum infused with resin, creating a stiff wall. The boat displaces over 14 tonnes of seawater, which means that at least 14 tonnes of water is trying to get back inside our boat any way it can. There is a mere 3/4 of an inch of fiberglass separating us from the cruel mistress that is the ocean, and a liquid so corrosive that it melts steel.
So Darwin is at the age now where he wants to go anywhere he wants to go on the boat. He wants everything he can't have, and he's just a major hazard right now. So today has consisted of Ellie and I, and even Riley, who's also captaining, tag teaming, and just looking after Darwin because it's just mayhem, really.
I'm thinking of going in there tonight, but the mosquitoes will be absolutely mental.
Well, here's a fun one for you. Riley and I are into BDSM. We actually have, no bullshit, about 5 huge projects that we're undertaking behind the scenes right now. Were it up to Riley and I, we would have absolutely told you all. But in some cases, we've been politely asked to remain quiet. In others, we are legally obliged. Cannot wait to share them all with you over the coming year. What are we doing?
We're moving in closer to Pete's pub so I can drop some rubbish off, and then we can take the boys in there for a play and might get some lunch in there later. Elena's got a massive day of work, so Ellie and I are going to look after the kids.
Oh, don't you look handsome? Do you like that? It's like a dog getting a scratch, hey? He's so chill.
So, I'm filming, Riley. So, some other things you don't know about us. Occasionally, we find ourselves brainstorming. So, Riley and I were just in this abandoned room. David left, so we washed his sheets, made his bed. Someone left the window open. So, well, it was David actually. We should have checked, but it rained and all of his bed got wet. His fresh linen. So, yeah, we were brainstorming in this room this morning. I had some footage uploading overnight here. Lenny's broken the hatch up here. And I'm just hoping that this video has sound. We lost the Corrosion X for both of our microphones. We always use that to fix it when it starts to sound crackly. And both of our microphones just started going crackly. So I hope you can hear me right now. But yeah, some other things you don't know about us is sometimes we find ourselves in this situation where it's like, we can't do this without doing this, but then where's the Corrosion X to film this? To, you know, film our next sale, to get here, to upload the footage. Yeah, those are kind of like logistical things that go on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. But we're going to try and take you along for the ride there more often because it's actually pretty funny. The lengths we have to go to just get a video up every single Monday.
Polyethylene terephthalate, or Dacron, is a thermoplastic polymer material and a member of the polyester family. Weaves of this flat material are cut into a foil shape by a sailmaker. To do this, the fabric must be cut into panels and stitched back together again. By cutting a convex curve along one edge of a panel and stitching it to a straight edge on an adjacent panel, a process called broad seaming, a unitary curved surface is created once all of the panels are joined together. The sail is then hoisted up our mast and stretched taut at the three pointy bits. Let's call them the clew, the tack and the head. Air passes across the outside of the sail faster than the inside, creating a high pressure which sucks us forward, called lift. It actually moves a 14-ton vessel through a high friction substance called seawater and very often upwind. Imagine sailing upwind. It's a miracle. It defies logic, and that is how we move around. You really just made this restaurant your own, didn't you, Mo?
On an adventure this afternoon. We're in Hopetown, which is one of our favourite places ever. We just keep coming back here over and over again. Absolutely love it. Our friends have lent us a golf cart for the afternoon. It's actually a special day. It's kind of like our last couple of days here in Hopetown, here in the Bahamas, before Riley sails the Vagabond up to the United States, to Charleston, with our friend Alex. So yeah, that trip for the boys should take them 3 days. And we're gonna fly, and yeah, this is kind of our last adventurous day here in the Bahamas. So we've just parked up at a bar for a little while, the cutest little Bahamian bar. It's called On Da Beach, like On Da Beach, which is so Bahamian, I love it. So yeah, our time in the Bahamas is coming to an end. Nice work. I bet don't you dare go all the way to the end.
Get in, loser.
We're going shopping.
Peter.
And Lenny, what's that? What's behind you? What kind of a building is this?
This isn't.
That's a snack, but what's behind you? What's this big building with the red doors? We're going inside the sail shop. They make sail bags out of mostly recycled sails. They're so beautiful. So just across the road here from this memorial is our friend's Airbnb. Do you guys remember we came here when Lenny was like 6 months old and we stayed in a house for a bit? Yellowbird is the name of the Airbnb, and if you're coming to Hopetown, you should definitely stay there. Best location, best owners, we love them, and this view. Putting our lives online has been the most incredible thing and has brought us so many great opportunities. But we've also been pretty concerned at times. Our privacy is so important to us, especially with the kids now, to the point where we don't turn on our AIS so people can track our boat or give away our locations in real time. And we ask people to not post photos of us together until after we've left the place. I once had a man outside our sailboat in a marina at 2 a.m. when I was sleeping alone inside, and our companionway doors were being repaired, so it was completely open. I wondered why I couldn't sleep well that night, and I woke up to a bunch of emails from a man saying that he saw our boat, he was outside, and wanting to meet us at 2 a.m. It was kind of terrifying. Riley and I don't want to get married because we feel it doesn't really suit us tradition-wise. And strangely, but conveniently, neither of us had really celebrated Christmas, Easters or birthdays. Having our kids have changed a few things for us, and we've come around to the ideas of silly hats, presents and chocolate. Of course, the refined sugar-free kind.
So much life along here.
Turn around, there's a turtle and a stinger. This one's more of a personal one. Unlike these overly confident and quite frankly savage turtles, something you definitely wouldn't have guessed about me is that I have a serious case of imposter syndrome. Since I became a sailor and then YouTuber, I still find it hard to accept and believe is something that is actually happening to me. Coming from a small country town, this all still feels like such a weird thing, and there's a constant voice in my head telling me, "Who are you kidding, Elena? You don't deserve this." I think because of this, I'm constantly working harder than I probably should, and I hold myself to unfairly high standards. It's something that I'm hoping to overcome yesterday.
Try and be graceful, darling. There's people around. Yeah, she was being funny. Graceful entries into the tender. Ready? One, but you've got to be smooth, Lenny. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty good.
That was pretty graceful.
We're gonna go towards the Lagomon. The Lagomon's over there. Come on, push it away from you and we'll go in a circle. Push it away. Okay, pull in a big circle, that's it. We're gonna go over there. Keep going, around.
Just some housekeeping. Riley, show us your shirt. Oh.
Come on. No, like, I'm annoyed.
We have new merchandise in our store. This design in particular, we're obsessed with. Riley really, really loves it.
Yeah, it's sick.
I'm also loving our new Fair Winds design. You can head to the link in the description box later to grab something for yourself or a fellow SLV watcher. Thanks a bunch for your support.